welcome to all the viewers of PMC English. I am Nandini Bansal and I am here with you a brand new show called New Age Family. And I'm more than happy and excited to introduce guests and they're very senior master from Germany, Madhu Gajjala and Ram Gajjala. Namaste and
Namaste.
welcome
Namaste.
to PMC English. I'm very excited that for the first time we have both of you on screen for all our viewers. More than excited and more than happy to know what went through behind the scenes of this beautiful couple. What is the story of you two? We all must be knowing you individually or you individually. Today we are bringing you both together so that we can know how this beautiful glowing couple met.
How I met Ram is, it happened in the year of 2008, and in April I finished my studies, and then my parents were looking for a boy for me, and he came to his brother's wedding to India. He was working in Italy back then, and he came to India, and my uncle and aunt, they have seen him in the wedding, and they said, this guy will be right for Madhu. Wow. Okay. So the next day they brought him home to my parents' home, and they got to know each other. I was studying in Hyderabad. I was still doing some work over there, and then when they said that we have seen a guy for you, then I immediately, without knowing anything about him, I said yes. I didn't question where is he, what does he do and all. They said about Ram, just he's there, we saw him, we liked him, we want you to come and see. So then when I said I'm fine, if you're liking that guy, I'm happy with it. Then the next day I went to my hometown, to Kadapa. I belong to Kadapa, so I went to see him, and that was the first time that I have seen a person who is very calm, and there was a funny incident happened though there. I mean, I was wearing specs at that time. I was wearing my glasses, and in the Indian families, when a boy comes to home, the family says don't wear your glasses, because if you wear glasses, people think that you have sight, so you just remove your glasses and you just present yourself in front of them. So what I did is I presented myself without glasses in front of him. I was having a sight. I cannot see properly without wearing glasses. So I did not see him properly. So I was just smiling. And then when my parents said, if you want to talk to this Ram, so you can talk to him privately. So then when we went to the room, I asked him, the first question I asked him is, can I wear my glasses so that I can see him properly? He said yes, and then the comfort he gave me, and immediately I felt yes. Wow. Yes, this is, without knowing him also, I felt this is the guy for me, and that's how my side of the story of how I met Ram for the first time.
First, you had a lot of faith in your parents to just go for it, without even seeing the guy. So that's a beautiful, that shows your really self-mastery.
Wow.
And it's so great. And also, what a beautiful story of just being so out front, because I've known many people who wants to look perfect in front of people, but you were just so natural. I think that was the start of a very beautiful relationship itself, isn't it? But before getting into knowing your relationship, I would want you to tell our viewers more about yourself first. Like, who is Madhu Gajjala and who is Ram?
So myself, Ramesh, Ram, and my journey started in the year 98, and my father actually was always in the search of truth. He had been to numerous gurus all through his life, and in his quest, as kids, he used to take the whole family. We are 3 brothers, and so we 3 brothers and my mom used to follow where my father used to go. So in that journey, we have met so many spiritual gurus, and then various spiritual practices, And in the year 1998, he met Patriji. Then he started meditation. Then his life had transformed with the first benefit of completely healing his illnesses, whatever he had. Basically, he was spending almost 30 to 40% of his income only on medicines every month. And suddenly, after 3-4 months of regular practice of meditation, he said, I feel healthy. I said, how come? You're just daily sitting silent with the closed eyes. How can it happen? But then he said, no, I'm just going to stop my medicine. I said, no, you cannot do that. No, I'm going to do that. So then we realized that without taking medicine, he's really very healthy. Then he started sharing this practice of meditation to everyone. Everyone who started meditation, I was keenly observing, because when he said, now you all need to practice meditation, I was already in my intermediate. And then I said, no, I was so much to so many spiritual practices. Then I said, I'm busy now, I'm with my studies, I cannot start it. So that way I just want to regain that I'm not, somehow forced something. Then after few months looking everyone, whoever practiced, becoming healthier and healthier and healthier, I said, there is something. And I always was very curious about the mind power. One of my first books was about mind power. Probably I read it when I was 13-14 years. And then I said, oh, looks like there is something, because my father used to also share about thought powers and everything. There is something, meditation, sitting silent, to thought power and mind power. So then I said, let me give a try. I started my journey there without telling to anyone. First session, I realized I completely forgot time when I sat in my first session. Then I realized, yes, there is something in this. I started meditation and life became beautiful.
That's a beautiful story. And what about you?
I'm based from Kadapa. It's a small town in Andhra Pradesh. So I have my one younger sister and one younger brother. And we are a very small family. Our world is only 5, mom, dad and we 3. And my schooling, most of it happened in my hometown. And then later I did my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Hyderabad, JNTU. And then afterwards, I was more into pujas and all these things. I love Shirdi Sai Baba. So I was, but I didn't get any answers from there. I was having so many questions, but I did not get answers from there. So when I got married to him, and then my actual journey started. Who am I before? I really don't know. But now who I am now, I know it. So that's what I can say. Yeah.
I feel so relatable from with your experience, because I've experienced something similar with me, so I can completely relate with you. So beautiful. So how is it that for a woman, like you just shared that your journey of being a spiritual began after your marriage. So is it just the marriage you give the credit to, or it is because being with a spiritual partner is something involves with this?
That's really a beautiful question, because I see many people who are meditating. They want to have a partner who is meditating, but he was been meditating for many years, but he accepted anybody. And I belong to a non-veg family, and it was not a problem for them as well. They just saw me and they said yes, they accepted me. So yes, our journey, it was rough initial 1.5 year, because I was neither there nor here, because it was a complete conflict for me, because I came from a place where my father used to do everything for me. In the sense, I don't know anything outside. Everything is in the house. So he really pampered us, or he really took care of us, that I didn't know how to speak at all. So after marrying him, that's a complete opposite, a complete freedom. So there was a struggle, and he being a meditator, he being meditating for so many years, he's such a balanced person that many a times I want to fight, but he was silent. That provoked me to fight more. And his only thing is, if you have an issue, you only have to resolve it. you know, like I will not come and comfort you or pamper you. So if it is, so he just gives that space and time. So I think 1.5 year was a time for me to know him, and you know, like where the energy is more, of course we go in that direction. So meditation was not new for me though. My mom was meditating before, but I never practiced it. Right after marriage, my in-laws were asking me to meditate, but I said, I was 21.5 years when I got married. I said, you know, like at this age, who will meditate? You know, like we will do some other things, but meditation is for the old people or the monks. I used to think like that, but I had underwent a miscarriage. That's when whole shift happened in my life, that I had no other option to than to meditate. Yes, so that's how my journey started into meditation, and I give a great great credit to Ram for being there with me all through, being patient with me. Uh, I have learned patience from three people, especially one person is right from my childhood. I saw my mom, and second is Ram, and then third is Patri sir. So these people, when I see them, they really you know, like they are inspiration for me to know the mountain of patience. What is this word people say, that mountain of patience? So yes, after coming into meditation, after being with him, yes, I am what I am now.
So beautiful. So you just mentioned about your miscarriage, right? So how did you took upon this news? Like how I just getting to know you, and how she just mentioned you always give her that space to be and to experience her own, experiences, whatever she has chosen. So how did you? Because when such experience happen, a person need comfort and a lot of love. So how was it for you?
So, to start with, when we first met, so it all happened in a very unplanned way. I was in India for my brother's wedding, and then just after the wedding, let's say my cousin said, there is this girl, let's go and visit their home. So I was like, what you're saying? I mean, I'm in my brother's wedding and you're already thinking about my wedding. Then he said, do you remember your brother? He had waited for so long in search for a girl, and you are living somewhere, and it will take for you years and years. You just come and see. I said, no, this is not the time. However, I was always, kind of following how things come. So me and my cousin, no one in the family did not even know that I was visiting a girl's family. So we went. So I met their parents. Then I said, okay, this sounds to me comfortable. I don't find these people strangers. Then I said, okay, it seems nice. Then I informed my parents. They said, what?
You went
So
for
it
a
was,
marriage and you're
yeah.
giving us proposal of your marriage. Oh, wow.
And then let's say my mother and father, because they were already into meditation by then, they also were open, and then non-interference was something greatly practiced. And I was also very decisive in everything that comes through in my path. So then I said, I find it very harmonious, that family and everything. So let's go. They said, yes, why not? Wow. So meditation was something that got everything in a very harmonious environment. Yeah. Or else I would imagine without meditation, parents might have said, hey, how come you go without telling us and thinking of taking such a big decision? I think this is where we are talking about this beautiful topic of new age family. Absolutely. So new age family is basically a bondage, not of what is in terms of physical world, but because of right spiritual practices that come into life.
Absolutely.
So then we went to her home. Then I met her, and then I felt, yes, it's okay for me. Let's go ahead. So within 6 months, April we met, November we got married. So that was also one thing that had happened. Generally in South India, not same year 2 marriages does not happen in a family. While we said we have to go, and being in a spiritual family, they said there should not be these old, let's say old things that we have to practice. If everything is fine, it's fine. So that's how we got married, and then I was practicing meditation. I somehow was closely following Patriji, and always he said, non-interference. Do not interfere, even if it is your son, even if it is your daughter, even if it is your parents, or if it is your wife or husband. Don't interfere in others' lives. So somehow I'd never practiced it, I just heard it, but thanks to meditation, whatever we hear and what is right, that brings somehow harmony in one's life, it automatically becomes part of your living. We may not notice it, at least what is my experience, we may not notice it. Whatever we hear, somehow it integrates into our system. So when I got married to her, probably that was the time I could put those things into practice. So hearing was something, but then practicing it. Initially it was difficult, because she is coming from completely from a dependent family where they used to take care of everything. And for me, I was coming because I was already living alone in Italy. I was pretty much independent, and I felt I have to give full independence. So full freedom. What you want to do, you do. I am there to support you, but I am not there to interfere in your decisions. So the initial period, it was pretty, challenging. But at the same time, those challenging times were inspiring in order to practice further these things. Because if it is easy, then basically it would have not been so interesting.
Absolutely. The after fruit of that challenging period was more beautiful, and I would really like to repeat the message that he just gave, like why this show is called New Age Family. So how our master has just mentioned that coming from a spiritual family, spirituality and practical life is not different, I feel, right? So it's just the mindset and the understanding of situation becomes so wide that the whatever struggles or whatever the obstacle we might attract, we can surpass them just by having a spiritual practice in our life. So beautiful. That's how could be obstacle just flew away. So it's all our doing. So we create our reality is just he.
So even when this miscarriage episode had happened, it was obviously tough, like we were together there in Egypt, no immediate families for the support, and it was a tough experience. However, I would say the toughness, the length of the toughness is shorter thanks to various wisdoms we connect to, because we are in meditation, because we keep reading books, we keep hearing people. So there is this inner strength that, or let's say the inner light that always comes up whenever we are in a tough situation. It is not that we do not experience tougher things, but even though we experience the most toughest thing, we can easily come off it,
Right.
out of inner strength. So I think very few, after a few days probably, or even little time, we could feel, okay, it had happened. Now we have to move on. And obviously now looking back, we realize that was a blessing. A lot of things had shifted in our life after that thing.
The only thing I wanted to become pregnant is because I was idle. I was not doing anything. So I was thinking if I become a mother, I'll be busy. So since I was not having any friends or family, just that thought, I was not ready at all to become a mother. But just that thought, so it happened, and miscarriage happened for a reason. As Ram said, everything happens for a reason. Just nothing happens just like that. And if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have entered into meditation, or I wouldn't have known myself. So yes. So yeah, there was a time that where we sat and we just cried. It's very common. It's very normal. It has to be. It's not like it's very natural. We have to do that. And then there was a huge release. Like the emotion came out, and we supported each other in the sense like we know it. Like he knew it, that everything is happening correctly. Like So he was, though he was not speaking, but his presence and his actions was showing all of it. So yeah.
So, wow, you just beautifully shared that meditation doesn't mean to suppress your emotion or crying is not good. Whatever the emotion is coming, just let it flow. In acceptance. Okay, we got to know that you married all quickly and all happened, but can you tell us more about how, because you all went, you were living alone in Italy, I think you went Italy after marriage, Egypt. Okay, so you went Egypt. So how was it? How was your experience of living in a, just two of you, no one of your family there? So how was that experience?
So for me, from my side, when we got engaged, April 2008, so I was living in Italy then. So our life, after marriage was planned in a way that she will be moving to Italy and we would be living in Italy. So we had our wedding date fixed, 30th November, and in the first week of November, I was said, I have visa issues and I have to move out of Italy.
New challenge.
Yes. And then where would I go? The company said, we don't know. So now I am in a phase that I have to tell to her family, who is a stranger, and then living somewhere in a country. And in 2 weeks, he doesn't know where he is going when he is getting married in few days then. So somehow rolling ahead, I was said, okay, the only option available for you to move is Egypt. And when I heard that, because earlier I was said it could be US or it could be another country in Europe. Then when they said only Egypt, I was like, why there were no other options that were discussed earlier and Egypt came. On the other side, I was happier because pyramids are there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first reason I said yes. Yes to Egypt because yes to pyramids.
Oh, yeah.
So then we got married and within a week we were there in Egypt.
Wow. So you just landed in the land of pyramids.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
So it was also very, there were some open questions, how is it that something we planned that we will be living in Italy, few days before marriage we were asked to move to Egypt. So there were some inner questions for me which were never answered until 2013 when I could realize, our purpose was that when we come together that we live in Egypt. Then there was a tremendous clarity coming out of that particular understanding. So again, it seems like we use meditation for everything, but practically, yes, meditation is just connecting to that inner space where everything is available. Just like for anything you want to feed yourself, you go into kitchen.
Yes.
So this is this kitchen within us where every answer is available. So thanks to meditation, we realized that we coming together had a great purpose that brings joy into our life.
Yes.
So
Wow, yes. So coming to that purpose, initially like how just Ram mentioned, in 2013 the clarity started coming. So you got married in the year?
2008.
2008, oh okay. When you moved to Egypt, because Ram was already meditating and he already knew that pyramids have a great reason of existing on this planet. So did you also got interested in pyramid energy or pyramids?
Not very quickly.
Because I know that you just mentioned you coming from a creative field. Creative souls are already connected to their inside, their inner vision, and how was that helped you get more nearer to yourself and connected yourself when you meditated?
We came to Egypt after we got married, as Ram said, and before that, when I was studying, I would like to relate why Egypt had come and what fascinated me to be there in Egypt. So when I was in my college, we had the history of arts, subject history of arts, and I picked the subject of Egypt. And I did drawings of Egypt, the pyramids and the pharaohs and everything. So I was, because my uncle is an agricultural scientist. He lived in Egypt for some time. So they have this book of Egypt, like all the temples and everything of Egypt. So, and seeing that, I was so happy. Somewhere I felt very connected. And when we got to know that we are moving to Egypt, yes, I felt happy, because that part of me who was in studies, that I was studying more about Egypt and pyramids and pharaohs and everything, that got related, but not as energy part, because I was not at all. It was very new for me. The word energy itself is new for me. Until and unless I practiced meditation, I got to know what is energy. But before that, I was not aware of all these things. But yes, I'm connected to Egypt for this reason. And then, yeah, and the moment I saw pyramids in Egypt, it was majestic. The tears were like flowing, flowing, flowing. Then I understood, yes, so much power I see and I get. Yeah.
I just want to mention that on Facebook, I keep looking at your beautiful, glorious images with you and a baby, a cute baby, Ananya, and she just looked like as if you guys are not just met. It feels like it's your baby. So can you tell us more about her and your relationship?
So first of all, I thanks to Ananya's parents. Ananya is our best friends. I can say more than best friends, a family, friends, daughter, and Madan and Jyoti are Ananya's parents, and our journey with them started in Egypt. We got to know about Madan in Egypt, and then Jyoti came along in 2015, and the bond became very strong between all four of us. And it's like a family, it's like a close knit family. And then we moved to Germany, and they also came to Germany because they were working for the same company. Ram and Madan were working for the same company. They came to Germany as well, and then Jyoti became pregnant. And since it was in the COVID times, her parents cannot come to Germany. So I was there, and me and Ram were all through her time, the pregnancy phase, and we saw how each each trimester was like happening, and what exactly is happening, as if it was me bearing the child. It's only the womb is Jyoti's, but it's as if I was so excited whenever I touch mother's Jyoti's belly. She used to kick, and like lot of experiences happened, and he had one experience, how he got connected to Ananya, and the name of Ananya came into scene.
Yeah, so this is an interesting episode, Ananya part. And coming to this part, one of the greatest influences on me was Osho's books. Okay. So when I read Osho book, I realized, we are always living in relationships in a very, programmed way. Mm. And then when I read his book, I somehow felt there is huge freedom in living a life on Mother Earth. And the way we look relations can be even tremendously celebrative if we can implement little or what masters like Osho are saying. So it could be any relationship. The best bond is to be a friend. And it could be father, mother, every relationship, even between colleagues, your employee and employer, the relationship should be strongly based on friendship. And those books which I read, whatever I heard, that really somehow connected to me. And it's difficult when I speak with my colleagues, I'm always friendly with everyone, and when they keep on sharing their experiences, I kind of reflect upon and guide them towards friendship. And I see everything is so beautiful in such environment. So having that influence, we had this beautiful couple, Madan and Jyoti, they are so very, that bond of friendship is so harmonious, and then kind of even when the babies come, there should not be just one mother and one father. Babies are so very expressive, so very energetic, the whole world should be the mothers and fathers.
Wow.
So that is when the baby truly can become what the baby is for. Not just for the parents, the baby is there to bring every expression that is possible. So we started to connect to that truth thanks to Madan, Jyoti and Ananya.
This is such a mind-opening experience of such detached relationship. Not detached na, because we feel attachment means coldness or something like that, but it's like openness. Everybody like, it's beautiful. It's like a garden and nobody, there's no barrier. I can be, she can be my mother, you can be my father. So that's beautiful.
And we also realize, you know, what we reflect upon resonates also surrounding.
Correct.
So if we start to experience this energy of friendship right from inside, automatically the whole world around you reflects the same energy. And they fall into that friendship in such a beautiful way. And I think somehow this was helping all of us, because then we can even see Madan and Jyoti reflecting equally that beautiful friendship. And when Ananya is there, she's in that free space, and when there are no boundaries, you can just see the joy that is just being expressed there without any limits. So I think that's a beautiful experience that we are having now, where Ananya had come. You know, we could also experience how a baby can be taken care of. The mother and father from one side, you know, we are not directly direct physical mothers and fathers, but even from their end, how beautifully they are allowing the baby to be with everyone.
Wow. We thank your beautiful friends to give this beautiful experience to you, and so that this experience can be shared with all of our viewers, because it's a beautiful experience of how open one can be. And how Madhu just mentioned about your experience of getting this name Ananya. Yes. So how did that come?
So when I think Jyoti was pregnant around 8th month, probably, yeah. So I was in meditation. We were at their home, Madan and Jyoti's home, and in meditation, towards the end of meditation, it was very loudly someone speaking Ananya. Actually, I never had an experience of hearing something in meditation. So I was not, I was just witnessing. Second time, same voice, Ananya. It was so very clear. I just opened my eyes and immediately know it was the name of the baby. So then I went and I told, I heard this name. It just says Ananya, and I somehow feel it is the name of the baby that is coming.
So by then, did you know the sex of the baby?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And when I told that, then they told, you don't know, you cannot imagine. We are also searching for a name that starts with A.
Such connection, wow.
Okay. And then the mother said, because during her pregnancy she was reading a lot of spiritual books.
Wow.
And one of that books was Anastasia.
Oh wow.
And she was deeply connected to that. Okay. And then she said, I like that name, and I was also like Anastasia, Ananya, I really love that name. Wow. So, there was immediate faster connection, it's like connecting the dots.
Yep.
And that reaffirmed me, yes, that was Ananya saying, I need this name.
To be named like. Wow, it's a perfect example of New Age family, because we are not talking about the related family here, we're talking about friends who became such strong connection, who became more than family. Family is just a relation we think that is all we have. Our whole world can be a family with this experience. It's a beautiful experience, Madhu and Ram. I'm feeling really blessed to, having here this experience. I'm very sure all our viewers will be feeling they want to experience this, This is such a profound experience. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. Wow. So, like you just mentioned, how Ananya is also teaching you to be a father and a mother. Do you want to share more about that? How is Ananya, teaching you more to be? How is she helping you develop a fatherhood?
So, kids are very expressive, and how I'm learning from her is again a different way of non-interference. So, how to give a complete freedom without stopping her joy. We as adults think we know much better. We as adults many times think we know what is right, but here in this experience we know that we know less than what she wants for herself.
Exactly.
So, this is somehow we are trying to learn by putting into practice. For example, not to say no, use the word no. So, we are also becoming conscious within our conversations that we should not use the word no.
Whenever you are just around her, or generally you're getting this?
Starting with her, then even generally also. Because it is a kind of negation which is again a kind of
against the creation.
So basically she is bringing into us such greater awareness.
Correct. She's just defying that programming we all have of saying no, or just thinking that we are superior of any age group.
Yeah. And also, with this kind of environment, we can immediately feel that babies can take care of themselves much better.
They just need support.
They don't cry, they don't do anything, they're always happy, they make everyone happy, the environment is joyful, the energy is different.
Oh, wow.
So, when there is no direct, interference, restricted directioning, they bloom like flowers.
Wow.
They are already flowers just that moment.
If such parenting starts happening, there will be no traumas.
Yes.
There will be no, such bad experiences which make people go through such traumas. Wow.
That is what they say, right? This statement which says, children, Khalil Gibran.
He says, children come through you, but not for you.
For you, yeah. They are not.
They are not from you. So, when this truly, that is why I think even Patriji in one of his sessions, he used to say, everyone who wishes to become a parent must become a meditator. Because once this comes, imagine if every parent becomes a meditator, we are not far from becoming a new age family. And this whole world will become one just simple, joyful, free family. So, thanks to so many books, so many masters, Patriji continuously inspiring us in all these things.
Bringing this topic of New Age family into furthermore light, what are your, now that you're already experiencing such greatness around you with Ananya in your, in your presence, do you also feel, I would have a thought of having your own baby now? We heard about your experience of miscarriage. How is your journey of becoming a mother is like? How is it progressing?
It's actually I'm very happy because previously I was thinking that only giving a birth to a baby is only you become a mother. But there were so many instances that happened in Egypt that, when we were conducting meditation sessions, there were 20-30 people every day, and new people used to come and old people used to be there. So all kinds of people used to be there, Muslims, Christians, and rich, poor, everybody used to be there and come together, and we meditate like a family. So what happened is, one day, like in Egypt, when the session is finished, there was one new guy who came, and it's very common in Egypt to ask, do you have kids? So when I said no, then there was an old man, he was 70 years old. So he came, he used to come regularly, and he came and he said, what do you think, Madhu and Ram are our parents, what we did not experience with our parents, Madhu and Ram are doing that, they are giving us this space so that we can know ourselves, we are so comfortable here. So it's not new for me to experience this kind of things, that experience of motherly feelings from somebody else, because I see that many times when I'm not at home and he was conducting sessions, they used to search in the rooms, like as if when kid comes to the house from school, where is mommy, they were doing that. But somewhere in some places I used to think that the only thing I want to experience motherhood is because it's really a miracle, like just that feeling, how is it, like it's just from where it's coming, and how is it that a woman become pregnant and then the baby is coming, like that phase, that was a thing which I want to experience personally. But now after seeing Ananya, like, because Jyoti was bearing the baby, but it feels like I was also sharing with her, we both are sharing that what do you say,
The feeling
the
of
feeling of
carrying a baby
carrying a
in a
baby in the
womb.
womb. So that, and then having Ananya around, now it confirms us that yes, now we are completely ready, because she prepared us before we have a baby. She prepared us how to welcome the baby and how to have the space, because if you don't have an experience, then you don't know how to do it. But she is giving that experience to us, that now we are completely ready, and from yeah, for the soul. And from past 1-2 years, this we both have this thought of, yes, now it's time that we are ready. It's not like a planning, but nothing it's like a plan, because it doesn't happen just, okay, you plan now and you become pregnant. No, it's not like that. It's like it's somewhere we feel that it is going to happen. So there is no time frame, though we did not keep any time frame, okay, in 1 year I have to become pregnant or something like that. But we know that it is somewhere, it is manifesting, or it manifested in the other places. It is in the physical life, it will manifest.
Soon.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So how is your
So, for me, Spirit Babies was the book. When I read, I realized a lot about how spirit comes as babies and all those process. How does it happen? So then I realized, there is a divine planning behind everything. There is a life plan behind everything. Thanks to other experiences that connected, that realized that in our life we plan very beautifully every event of our life. So when that understanding somehow seeped into me, there is no more a wanting, or there is no more a craving, or there is no more a missing feeling. But there is a deeper understanding that in a perfect plan, everything will enroll. So that Spirit Babies book and this understanding and the experience of Ananya, I somehow feel everything happens in a perfect divine plan,
wow.
following the plan.
So, do you also believe that, like you were just mentioning, that the soul is already, you have a strong feeling that the soul is already ready? Do you believe that, and have you ever experienced of connecting to that energy, because or that soul who is getting ready to come down?
So
from
when I had these thoughts of welcoming a baby, what happened is I used to see sparks next to me. Like if I'm doing some work, cleaning work, here the blue light comes, there the blue light comes, and like if I'm walking in the forest, I feel that somebody is accompanying me. Like there's sparks, sparks are there, and the instant, the thought, the intuition that I get is it's the baby. It's the baby watching over me. Doesn't mean that like only if you bear a child you become a mother, but I'm already a mother for that spirit baby who is there, and it's watching, it's checking on me for the perfect timing, so that it comes. So yes.
So you were sharing how you're getting signals, and you're feeling the presence of the soul who is getting prepared to come down from you. Can you also throw some light on this concept of that soul chooses parents, and parents choose the soul, especially the mother choose the soul which she wants to bring down?
I think it's both mother and father. It's both mother and father. The baby selects both mother and father. So like it's from here we when we feel that now we are ready. It's not consciously ready. Not it's like not just like becoming a parent. No, when we are consciously ready, the soul will also come, wait for the right time, and they come. So as going back to my miscarriage, yes, that happened for a reason. I said it happened for a reason because yes, there was a pain initially, but then when you have this understanding, when you have this awareness that the miscarriage happened for a reason, so that the baby chose to leave so that it can come back when I know myself better. So how can you invite a baby, how can you have a baby when you yourself are not sorted?
Correct.
See, we just want to become pregnant because of this like this thought that right after before marrying, everybody, the society asks, when are you getting married? After you get married, they will ask, when are you getting pregnant? When are you going to give the good news? So like it's all there in the head, but they don't realize that whether they are ready completely, not ready as physically or something. How are you ready here? Our ear and heart, how are you ready? Are you completely, have you known yourself? So then it is a perfect environment for a child to come in. That is the time where the baby should come, like not like we are struggling and then you bring that child and then the child will also struggle, because whatever we parents are doing, the kids also see that, they imitate, and they have the same pattern. So it's always good to first know yourself, and then when you release this thought, yes, now I am ready, and the baby says, yes mommy, we are ready. So this is what I'm experiencing, and there is no time frame. Why we have to limit ourselves that yes, only in this time that I have to become pregnant? No, we just have to give that freedom, so that when the baby is ready, he or she can come.
Wow, so you just shared a message of breaking the barrier of age limitation and all the society pressure that creates around a mother and a father. We think it's just mother, but it also involves a great role of a father, because if the understanding is there between a couple, then the woman is more free to choose her own time off, because it's a lot of changes. So very beautifully shared. Thank you. And yeah, share.
So, everything has a perfect order.
Correct.
For example, for this interview to happen, you have to agree,
Correct.
we have to agree,
Correct.
many other people around have agreed and made this interview happen. If just in a life, for a 1 hour interview to happen, so many agreements must come together. If we multiply it into a bigger scale and look a life coming onto the earth, into a person's life, how many agreements should have been taken place?
Correct.
So if we can relate, simple things and extrapolate it, that is spirituality. Perfectly, everything happens out of very harmonious agreements.
So it is very true and very important to be harmonious within ourselves, because we see a lot of cases where parents are not ready, but due to pressure they bring a child, and then everything goes haywire, and they don't know what to do, but the life goes on, and hence a lot of experiences are coming. So this is a very great and important message, that first know yourself and how important it is to know oneself, and then go further. It is for anything.
Yes, because it is very important that Why do one seek to become a parent? Because they want to enjoy life having kids in their family. So, what enjoyment you want? You want the best enjoyment. How can you have the best version of enjoyment? Only it is possible when you are yourself joyful. So, it is like in a garden, if you can have the most delicious fruit tree, or you can even have a tree that is not helping you out for the beauty of the garden. Obviously, we all want to have a garden with beautiful flowers and beautiful fruits. So, you prepare the ground, you prepare the seed. Once you prepare the ground, the seed will be there ready. So, that preparing the ground is preparing yourself. Preparing yourself as a father, preparing yourself as a mother, preparing yourself as a family. So, that preparation is self-understanding, is happening because of meditation, because of reading books, because of sharing experiences.
Wow. Wow. It is very interesting and enlightening to have a conversation with you, both of you, you know, and I'm sure it's benefiting all of our viewers. But now I want to dig into a little more fun part of fun side of Madhu and Ram. So yeah, let's begin with our new segment called Rapid Fire. Okay, so it is going to be a very fast segment. Madhu, I want to ask you first. So just describe Ram in one word.
Very deep.
Oh. All right. And you describe Madhu in just one word.
Very loving.
Oh wow. Wow, what a combination. A deep and a loving. Wow. Let's begin with you, Ram. What is the one thing that you don't like in Madhu?
Yeah, I don't want, I'm thinking, but basically if there is something I don't like, I just share it out and then I don't even take it forward. I don't remember. Now it's hard for me to bring something which I don't like.
Just recent something which you felt like, I don't like this in her. Or because we're not complaining here, it's just something because we are two people here. Definitely there must be something that you feel is something different, which you would like her to, you know, incorporate or something like that.
So we were coming from the room to here and she said, this is the shortest route. I said, this is the shortest route, but then I followed her route.
All right. Very, very smart decision.
Yes.
Very nice. So, what about you? What is the one thing that you don't like in Ram?
His smile, sarcastic smile.
Oh.
You know, if I'm saying something, he just smiles, you know. I know it. This is very, you know, like not that regular smile. It is, okay, what is it that I am going to learn? Yeah.
So when he smiles, he teaches you something.
Yes, yes.
But what to say, whatever I do, she already catches it. So I have to be also very careful.
Oh man, you guys have just a, you know, such a great bond in not liking things also, you're falling in love. Wow, such a great couple. Okay, I'll share a few words. I'll give you one word and just you have to describe what you feel about it. Okay, so I'll begin with you, Ram. What is love for you?
Friendship.
All right. And you?
Freedom.
All right. And what is, let's say, friendship?
What is friendship? Everything.
Everything. What? Okay.
Friendship is self.
Okay. What does marriage means to you?
A bond. Firstly with the self. Marriage is not just a marriage with Ram, but for me marriage is marrying yourself first. So that is the marriage for me, the first marriage, and then marrying a person. That's you know, that the bond with yourself and bond with somebody else. Learning.
Wow. So how? So what about you, Ram? What is marriage?
What is marriage? For me, marriage is a chance to know themselves better.
Correct. Wow. Even your answers are very correlated. It's beautiful. So what is fatherhood in one word to you?
Non-interference and freedom.
And what is motherhood?
Joy and commitment, I guess.
Correct. And what is New Age family to you?
Oneness. Oneness into friendship.
Wow.
Can I say ditto?
Yes, you can say. So, what is the one thing that you can describe that you have learned from Ram?
I think the silence, the inner silence that he carry, that I have learned.
And what is the one thing that you have learned from Madhu?
Full dedication.
Oh, wow.
So I see when she does anything, particularly artwork or even when she is with Ananya, a complete presence, full dedication.
That we have also learned from her.
Yeah.
We watch her videos on internet and yes, wow. Who is mischievous one amongst you two? Really? Whoa, that's something new.
I think so, I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
Wow. Did you think that? I couldn't guess. Wow. Okay. So who amongst you cook more and who is the one who eats more?
I cook more.
I like cooking as well.
He like cooking as well. He likes to cook Italian food, and I really enjoy when he cooks.
Wow.
And when I'm not feeling well, he takes care of everything. He cooks, and so
Wow.
I like
he like
to
cooking, and
You guys are an ideal couple, you know. Wow, beautiful. Only she likes to eat your food, or you also like to eat her cooked food?
Oh, she cooks good. Yes.
It was such a great moments that I've experienced today while experiencing both of you. We are coming at the end of our session today. I would like to you to give a message from each one of you to our youth that is watching us. So let's begin with Madhu.
okay. So for the youth, I request everyone to be open to welcome everything. As I told earlier, that don't get stuck that the one who is meditating, that I should marry the girl who is meditating, but be open, and we are the example. I thank Ram for choosing me, though I was not into meditation. So a partner is the one who really like help the other one to come into the light. So I request all the youth to be open. That's my message for the youth.
And Ram, please.
For me, youth, a message to youth is be free and be joyful.
Correct.
And express yourself the best way possible without interfering into anyone's life. And that happens only by connecting to yourself, by practicing meditation. And youth thinks, as I was also when I started my journey, that meditation is time consuming, but it is a joyful, blissful process.
Correct.
You really become youthful after you practice meditation. So
Correct.
that's the message.
You also mentioned your first experience was timelessness. So meditation is make you experience that time is just a illusion.
Very true.
What are your thoughts behind? What is your message to our viewers? How to choose a partner?
So very interesting. One is we have to understand that we have designed our life in the most beautiful way. So including partners, parents, every kind of relationship. So connecting to that truth is very important. Once we connect to that truth, we realize that at the right time, the right things are happening, and your partner who is right is just in front of you in your life.
Wow. You just solved so many people's problem. Everybody is looking out for somebody now. They will be relaxed. Okay, I need to just concentrate on myself. Rest will follow. Wow. Beautiful. Can you share about your relationship with Patriji and PSSM family?
That's a huge story I can share. First of all, with Patriji, because I met him in 2010 for the first time, and when I saw him, I was really scared. And then I put this thought in my head that he's like my father, and that comforted me. But all these years seeing him, and all the PSSM family used to, masters used to come to Egypt, and how they became a family, and how whoever comes to meditation, how they all became a family. That's what PSSM had taught us. That's what Patriji had taught us. All these years, I had seen Patriji as father, but in the year of 2018, I saw him as like my baby, you know, like 17 or 18. I felt that, you know, the kind of motherhood I started experiencing with Patriji. So yes, I feel this this love of you know, like a mother and a child relationship with Patriji.
So that's a beautiful experience. Wow. Like this is really interesting how you can also see a guru as a baby. You know, that's a beautiful experience. Would you like to share your experience with Patriji and PSSM family?
Yeah, so for me, PSSM family is a space where you can experience yourself more and more, because this is a place where there is perfect freedom, how do you say, a direct information on truth, connection to the truth. So there is a greater chance that you can blossom faster. So I am very, very grateful to Patriji. He had created such a beautiful family, and being part of PSSM family, we are always so very immensely joyful.
Because before we used to think that only families are, you know, like only blood family is only the real family. But seeing Patriji and everyone in the PSSM, like how they take care of each other, you know, like how if I go to somebody else home who is a meditator, how they don't know us, but they treat us as, you know, that they are that we are their family. So this comfort, all the PSSM masters, whoever is in PSSM, they are doing it, and we are very happy. We are very happy to be in this very big family.
It's like winning a jackpot.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
being in a PSSM family is like you have won the biggest jackpot of your life.
I truly believe that it's same with PSSM family. We have won the jackpot of having you both in the PSSM family. So thank you so much for being here and sharing your beautiful experiences with us. I'm so sure, I'm very confident about it that our viewers must have felt, or you know, really learned something today, or enjoyed the love journey and the journey together of Ram and Madhu.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Nandini.
Thank
Thank you
you.
once again.